you join us back here for the race. Round 6 of Division 2 New Horizons Racing League. We're just waiting for the guys to ready up and head to the formation lap. I'm still joined by my co-commentator for today, Renault driver, giving me an on-track perspective. Slav King, what are you expecting today?
It's really unpredictable. Just hopefully me and Topos don't collide.
I don't think I've had such a potential for a mixed up podium in any New Horizons related league racing. We'll get away in formation lap pretty cleanly. Right, I'm just doubling check what tyres people are starting on. Oh my god, what am I doing? I don't know how to use this. What am I doing? Tyre, there we go. Right, so Broke Gorilla are pole sitter starting on the Hypersoft, Blades by Gaming starting on the Ultrasoft, Slav King starting on the Hypersofts, Dragon on Speed starting on the Ultras, Tadpole starting on the Ultras as well, Deranged and Bradley starting on the Hypersoft, and Colin's the only driver to start on the Supersofts, so he'll be going very, very long into the race. We're all getting, I know it's a formation lap guys, you're trying to warm up your tyres, but there's barriers. There's not a lot of runoff, apart from at the end of the high-speed straights.
Hit one of the barriers.
Yeah, you don't get wing damage on the formation lap. Well, I thought there was 33 laps today. We've got 35, so that's holy hell. That's almost like Austria, Monaco kind of lap times. Yeah, speaking of Monaco, I'm really sorry guys that the race wasn't been able to upload. It was a technical fault with my PlayStation that isn't saving game footage recently, but I've looked into it and I hope it's rectified itself for today's race. If not, then I'll probably have to get alternate hosts for these sessions because it's not fair of us not having official live streams or races. But here we are, they're all lined up on the grid. We're waiting for the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. No jump starts as of yet. That's that way we go, and the drivers are in out, and it's a decent start away from Broke Gorilla, but the Mercedes Colin's getting a lightning start at the back, heading on the inside. There's a little bit of a calamity at the back with there's a collision between the Renaults and the Force India. Still Radwell the best shot of the minute. Deranged getting up into 5th place. There's a fry round, Bradley's round. There's a half spin there caused by Collins. I need to head back up to front of the grid as possible. Broke Gorilla still leads through the first sector.
Yeah, Dragon's had a massive block up there. I don't know if he's got damage.
He may have got damage because Deranged has got past him already into 4th place, heading into turn 7. There's not enough space. That Deranged has already been crashed out. That is really unfair. So let's head back. So a full-on safety car then. Front 2 safety car. Don't know why he's still racing for position. No, that's not on. Deranged is having it's getting a bit of beyond bad luck for him. He turns up and he has this happen to him nearly every single week. It's like, please guys, I'm actually really annoyed about that. I know him personally, but he takes time out to turn up, and it's. At this point, I'm surprised that he still turns up even if he knows he's going to probably be crashed out every race, so I'll be probably looking into that. And with Division 1's season over, the rules for Season 3 are well into being implemented, and it's going to be a major shake-up, which will be a bit of a shock to the drivers as soon as all those rules are posted. I think the best person who's taking advantage of the safety car right now is actually Collins, making up from last place into 4th. Yeah, but he's got the tyres. He wouldn't need to pit. I'd say, well, actually, I know it's bunching up the rest of the grid. I'm just wondering whoever had wing damage, if they could have pitted now. And I wonder if it might have been the Force India that had the damage. Still, we were safety car at lap 2, losing the Force India of Deranged. You'll still get points for 8th position, not that there will be much relief to him for that. Oh, Bradley has ran it. Bradley's ran into the back of Tadpoles. Let's do out of the 7 remaining drivers, I think 6 of them have got a really good chance of getting pole position here. Pole position of winning the not winning the race, even that getting on the podium. That's what I was trying to say. Still, I wonder how long the safety car will actually last for. I don't know why the guys are trying to warm up the tyres so much.
I know, I'm confused about that as well.
I know you need tyre temperature, but you're going to be beyond the safety car for at least a couple of laps.
Collins.
I'm debating on calling the restart, but if it's only one driver, then I think the rules say 60% of the grid within the first 3 laps. We're on lap 3 now, but we are behind safety car. Well, I don't think there was much damage enough for it to be a restart anyway. So really, I'm really sorry for Deranged, and hopefully when I see him at the weekend, we can have a little bit of a nice band practice later on.
Yeah, he's a good driver and also a good person.
The thing is, his racecraft is fantastic, but he's quite inexperienced in the way he used to play the F1 games back when F1 2010 was about. But then I think he played F1 2018 just a little bit, and then when I mentioned to him back in December about like me hosting this league race, it's like, yeah, we'll join into it and get quicker. So I'm still expecting him to get quicker. Safety car in this lap. So hopefully, Deranged, if you're coming on F1 2019, wishing you all the best again. And I still wish you the best of luck for the rest of this season. I'm just keeping an eye on Broke Gorilla now to see whenever he's going to go for it. I don't think the safety car's pulled us away as much as people would wanted it to. I mean, you can still see the thing. Safety car pulls into the pit lane. We are at green flag racing now. DRS has been enabled at the same time as well. Broke gets a pretty good getaway from Blazed, who's Slab King under tap from Collins. I think Collins knows better than to be chucking it up the inside. Realistically, he should be taking it easy.
Was Sauber going to be attacking him soon as well?
Dragon on speed, on the softer tyres, he is within, well, about a quarter of a second of him now. But, well, he's gone very deep there. Collins clips the grass on the exit. And this was the closest battle on track, apart from the guys at the front. I'll get to them in a minute.
I can just commentate off them if you want.
No, it's alright, I'm focused on Dragon on speed, who's not closing up to Collins as much as he probably would have wanted to. Collins using pretty much all of his DRS to pull away, which is probably where all of that paces came from. But let's head up to the front with Blazed and Broke. I think Blazed is using quite a bit of DRS to catch up to him. Oh, Blaze taking a lot of grass on the exit, coming very close to the Wall of Champions. Broke Gorilla setting the fastest lap. I couldn't read that because it's on over the graphic of the Sauber. But still, Broke getting pole position will gain 2 points for pole, and at the minute he'll gain the bonus point fastest lap. But having not conceded the lead of the race yet, he's on course for a New Horizons Grand Slam.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem. I know he's on the hypers, but Blaze just isn't. He can't get close enough to him. I think Broke. I think at worst he will end up 2-stopping. But if Blaze has started on his 5-lap-old qualifying tyres, then I think that kind of evens out the playing field between them.
Yeah.
I'm going to head on board with Collins now, who's actually about half a second behind just Slab King, but he's also being chased down by Dragon on Speed, who I believe is in some kind of lenient engine mode to try and save fuel for a later attack. Dragon on Speed is able to close up to the guys on the podium. He proved his pace at Monaco. There's Blaze by Games leading the fastest lap with a 1:13.5. So I think the hypers are really starting to feel the wear now, and DRS being able to, again, for some reason that must have been a glitch before.
Yeah, tough to see her.
Yeah, because of Canada, you've got no real high-speed corners. They're all either medium speed, or you take the corners after coming through a heavy braking zone. So it should be fairly easy to look after your tyres. Just careful, mate, because Collins is all over your rear wing.
Yeah, I nearly hit the wall because I was just looking back too much.
Just concentrate on the race in front of you. I'm going to head back to the guys at front who are separated by about a quarter of a second as they come through the hairpin. Blaze Game chasing down the lead of the race, coming into the DRS straight. DRS wide open on the Sauber. What kind of defensive driving is Broke going to do? He's staying on the outside. Blaze Game takes him on the inside, pushes him to the outside, and there's nothing Broke can do. But Broke gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. I assume that's corner cutting. Blaze has stormed off into the front now. He's 1.5 seconds ahead, even before they got to turn 1. I think those hypers, Broke, are done. You'll probably be able to do 1 lap more on them at best, so I highly suggest pitting in this lap. Let's ride back on board with Slavking and Collins basically doing his endurance stint straight on. He's trying to overtake the Renault. Whatever places Harley can make up right now.
These corners, but I'm not too sure.
You are, but very slowly. I think it's about a 1/10 every little sector or so. Oh, has he gone? Oh, it was a little bit. Yeah, that's a huge amount of tyre. Okay, 3 wide into the hairpin. I think Broke.
Just gonna bounce off the wall.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that. But Broke only just hanging on to that place. Collins kicking up grass on the exit.
Oh, it's got DRS after that.
Yeah, I think you and Collins have got a DRS coming into the chicane. Broke diving into the pits, very sensible move from the Toro Rosso driver. But now yeah.
Oh, that's that.
No, that's not lagging on my end, but Collins being very aggressive, but in perfect sporting terms, manages to get past the Renaults up into the lead of the race by now. And Blaze by Gaming's into the pits as well. Blaze by Gaming coming out of pit lane, opting for the super softs, and so has Broke. So lead of the race not really settled just yet. This all comes down to how long Harley can stretch his super softs. And at the moment, Slavking, you are the only driver on track to be on your hypers still. If you have any fight, they're going to say lap 7, the hypers should probably be done by now. The crazy race so far, we're not even at lap 10 yet. So right on board with Tadpoles, who's in a little bit of a race of his own. I think Tadpoles within a shot of a podium here today, but I think he'll be lucky to pick up any of the pieces left behind from drivers that may or may not make mistakes later in the race. Slavking, having made his pit stop, bumps Tadpoles up into 3rd place. Tadpoles not yet pitted from his 8-lap-old Ultras, dragging on speed now, heading up into 2nd place, but still in this pit stop period, no clear winner is yet emerging. I don't think we'll have a winner possibly until maybe lap 30. It all comes down to see how far Collins can stretch his super softs. He was begging for a dry race, he's got it, he's started on the tyres, I'm assuming he wanted to. He says he could win, I don't know. Broke Will has crashed.
Oh no.
The pole sitter's out of the race. That's
He will
actually...
put the M2 of the corners, I can see, so...
That's devastating. I don't know where he's crashed, so the yellow flags have gone.
It's not the safety key.
I'm riding on board with Bradley. I'm just trying to see where that Toro Rosso would have gone. Oh, yeah, I think he may have just lost control a bit. Like maybe through that high-speed corner, I think the back end may have stepped out on him. I think he's expressing his rage in the chat that, well, in the in-game voice chat. Yeah, so that's podium challenger that's had his race cut short. I was hoping he could have a better race in France. Blaze by Gaming getting past Tadpoles. Tadpole's putting up a pretty good fight considering he's going this long on his ultra softs. From what I gather, it won't be that far until Tadpoles will need to be pitting. I'd say within the next 3 laps. I mean, coming out of turn 8, that his rear end sliding all over the place.
Yeah, well, if he still doesn't pin and I catch up to him, hopefully to start scrapping around.
Yeah, I mean, he's not doing too bad so far. No one really making any serious mistakes apart from broken deranged. I'm sure that they weren't intentional by any means, but Blaze on a charge now on his super soft run. I believe I think he still has fastest lap, but got to the lead of everyone. Dragon on speed about 7 seconds behind the leader. I'm very surprised that Dragon hasn't been able to catch up to Colin Jack considering he started on the faster tyres. But Blazed is... I don't understand like this graphic. It's just like... No, it can't be. Unless if Tadpoles is 3 seconds behind Blaze, and he is. They're on the same straight. I really don't know who's going to win this race. I think... not only is it 5 drivers that are in a shout of the podium, the 5 drivers could be in a chance of winning the race.
Yeah,
So,
well, my money's on Collins or Blaze, but I'm not going to count Dragon on speed out.
yeah, he did very well in Monaco last week, having I think he actually finished 3rd. After Collins actually ended up crashing out very late on in the race. But when Blaze won the race at Monaco, it was a fantastic race. So again, I'm actually really sorry the drivers aren't able to watch it. But Blaze having won at Monaco, not only did he get pole fastest lap in the win, he actually ended up getting a Grand Slam, which is bloody impressive. Just in general, but to do it around Monaco, and he never conceded the lead of the race, even when he went into a pit stop. He's getting a little bit silly with the amount of times he's clipping the grass at the edge of the circuit.
Silly, it must have been you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even realise you two were battling. I think he's let you by. Fair enough. I think he knows. I think you guys are on a completely different strategy if he hasn't even pitted yet. Well, to be fair, if Tadpoles actually pits soon for a set of super softs, he should be able to go the end of the race distance. But now,
definitely.
with Collins having gone on lap 13 now, we're about 1/3 of the way through the race distance. We've lost 2 drivers. Everyone's made their pit stops apart from Collins, who's still driving on his starting tyre of the super softs. And he ain't doing a bad job. Collins only won one race in New Horizons history, having won the Bahrain Grand Prix at the start of Division 1 back in November. It's been a long time coming since he's had a chance of winning another race. He's had plenty of podiums in between, but I just hope he can shake the bad luck now that he's actually put a solid effort into practicing for this race today.
Yeah, I've been hearing that he's been doing quite a lot of practice for this track. And don't get me wrong, he's done ever so well to get from last.
Sorry to cut you up there, but we've got the 2 Saubers going at it. Blaze by Gaming overtaking his teammate well before the chicane. and Dragon on Speed not really fighting back. Will he have any kind of fight back coming onto the main straight? Will Blaze still have DRS? And he's still not pulling much away. All Dragon on Speed needs to do is just look after his ultras for a little bit longer. Still, I really can't call the winner of this race. I love this Division 2 action so far. We've got Collins, who still needs to pit eventually towards the end, but he'll be rapid no matter what kind of tyre he goes on. Got Blaze, who's on 6-lap old super softs, who's they may get significantly worn toward the end of the race. But has Dragon on Speed even pitted yet? That's a detail I need stops. Dragon on Speed has not pitted yet. Neither has Tadpole, so half the remaining drivers haven't actually made the pit stops yet. So if he can stretch his... oh, he's made a huge lock up into the hairpin. But if he can stretch those ultras out as long as he can, then pit for a set of supers, he should be able to reel in his teammate, who I believe he'll only be able to catch him on some kind of mistake or lack of grip from Blaze toward the end of the race.
Yeah, I think probably by lap 25 and so on, I think we'll be knowing who's in podium and who's not.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Tadpole's in the pits now. I don't know if that's a little bit of a glitch there, but he's off and away and he's on supers. Again, that's throwing Tadpoles into the mix now. I'm trying to call it, but I really can't. I'm just riding on board with Bradley, who's trundling around, doing his best to pick up the pieces to get some points for Ferrari.
He's about to get lapped by Collins.
Yeah, he's been given 2 marker boards at least now. Collins about to lap him. Bradley apparently in AI mode. Collins getting a 3-second time penalty for cutting the chicane. He'll be kicking himself if that comes into play at the end of the race.
Yeah, like if third and second can get within 3 seconds of Collins.
I mean, Blaze on assuming going to the end is about 6.5 seconds behind, but Dragon on Speed still not made his pit stop yet. He's done 15 laps on ultras. So I think he's definitely within a shot of a podium today. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if this would end up coming down to penalties at the end of the race.
I'm currently on 1 warning for exceeding.
Fair enough. But Collins having a pretty comfortable lead so far of 6 seconds on track. Coming up to start lap 17. And the closest guys on track is Slav King trying to chase down Dragon on Speed.
Oh, he's pitted in.
So everyone... why am I saying everyone when Collins hasn't even made a pit stop yet? But if Dragon on Speed can go 15 laps on ultras, and Collins is still looking pretty comfortable on those super softs. Yellow flag, sector 1, who was that?
I think it's Bradley.
No, Bradley's already gone through sector 1 by now. I don't know who that was, but Dragon on Speed coming out now for a set of supers. He'll be going to the end. This is where his clean, fresh rubber, he's going to be able to start clawing back a lot of time. About 12 seconds behind Slav King.
I'll tell you what, Connor. Our F2 races and the real life F2 races, they're pretty similar. Just battles everywhere, and it's very unpredictable.
Yeah, it's great viewing, especially like what I do like about this, because well, in my opinion at least, because Division 2 drivers are fairly even matched in terms of all of their combined talent, and not necessarily on pure pace, but you've got people like Collins, who's actually a pretty quick driver, but if he keeps making mistakes, this will bring people up like Bradley, who that are off the pace compared to the midfield pack in Division 2, but they should be getting a lot more points.
Yeah.
And what I'm surprised about, if Bradley is like that far behind, if he wanted to, he could pit and then go for the fastest lap award. But I'm a little bit shocked to see that Bradley, having gained 1 place because Broken Deranged have crashed, Collins out in front, having gained 7 places off the start. Apart from that, there's actually been no position changes from the start of the race.
Very interesting. Very interesting indeed for position changes.
Yeah,
You never know, it may finish where we start.
No, because in my eyes, that's like practically no overtakes. I know we're in the endurance stage of the race now anyway, but with oh, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, sorry. Oh, Blaze now within 3 seconds of Collins. Blaze getting a 3-second penalty now. That should even out the playing field between the two. We're still slacking. How are your tyres coping at the minute?
I am expected to pit in on lap 21. I am feeling good now for the ultras, but it's not too bad yet.
Wait, if you already made one, yeah, you made 1 pit stop, but what tyres did you start on?
Hypers.
Oh, yeah, of course you did. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I was going to say, if you're going to 2-stop, then definitely go for ultras, or allegedly the ultras can go 15 laps. So if you can stretch those out, maybe 60-70% wear, then pit for another set of ultras, you may be able to cover off Dragon on Speed, who's going to the end of the race on his super softs.
Yeah.
So how many laps now? Maybe like lap 25, so you could easily do a 10 lap stint on the ultra softs.
I could try and do a 10 laps on hypers if I want to go for the fastest lap award, but it's a massive risk.
It is, just because I think if you did that, you would have fastest lap in the bag, but the wear on them is dire. Like Broke only just got back to the pits when they were 8 laps worn. So unless if you want to pit lap 27, in which case you'll be on your ultras now for like 18 laps. Yeah, I think like play it safe and just go ultra softs, and you should be able to fight off for a podium. But the race is really starting to shake up now, just with Collins being, unless he pits this lap, he'll be 20 laps on his super soft, and he's going for another lap. There's Tadpole's getting a 3-second time penalty, but he is chasing. Well, he's trying to fight off Blazed, who is chasing him down. Blazed on 7 lap younger super softs compared to Collins, but I don't know. I don't know even if the 1-stop would actually end up working for Collins, unless he ends up pitting lap 25, then going ultras. He could claw it back, but I don't know if the pit stop time would be so big, unless if Blaze ends up suffering with tyre wear. And what I've noticed, yeah, the thing is, like, Collins eventually will be on younger tyres than Blazed, who is on younger tyres than Collins at the moment. And Dragon on Speed's on younger tyres than them both, and you're going to pit again and go for even faster tyres toward the end of the race. But I mean, this race so far, it's been a bit crazy, not in terms of on-track action so much as we had in the first third of the race, but it's really tense. I don't know who's going to come out on top. Oh, please give each other space. That nearly gave me a heart attack. Tadpole's getting another penalty. I think that is going to end up seeing him in 5th place. I think Tadpoles could end up going for the fastest lap award if he wanted as well. I think he should be the last person to lap Bradley. I think Bradley realistically will end up being 2 laps down this race, but Colin's literally fighting for his life at the minute. The longer he can keep Blaze behind him, the better it's going to pay off, because Blaze is going to be shredding his tyres to overtake him. And
might be a race on the exit. Actually, there isn't.
No, I think this is going to go right down to the wire. Yeah, as I saw on the graphic that Dragon on Speed overtook you. That's just because you're in the pit lane. The pair of you, please give space. Coming into the hairpin, absolutely nothing between them. Colin's going a little bit deep, but he's made it work on the exit. He's managed to pull away. Blaze having what I can see, a huge amount of ERS, and Colin's using his ERS to great effect to defend. Colin's taking the line away from him. Oh no, there's contact between them. So, yeah, no, I'm really happy with that yellow flag from Blaze going. No, I'm not happy about the yellow flag, but I'm happy the way how he's rejoined the circuit of properly taking that run off. Still, there's only a second half between them that's going to be killing the tyres. I'd say Collins will need to be pitting definitely no later than lap 25, otherwise he'll be running out of time to put his... Like, you can have all the grip in the world, but there's like no point in going for ultra softs when there's like possibly 5 laps left at the end of the race. Otherwise, yeah. I'm trying to think, you don't lose a lot of time around Canada for a pit stop that I'm aware of. It's not like it's a huge pit exit.
No, and sometimes you can time it perfectly. You can see some cars wheel to wheel on the pit exit.
One thing I've definitely reminded myself of now, historically with league racing around the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, is, oh my God, Harley, calm it down. Collins into the pits, but he gets 5-second stop go for speeding in the pit lane. The laps come by here so quickly, it's a joke. I'm wondering if Collins will be able to serve his stop go unless he already has done. I don't believe he has, but he is 15 seconds behind now. He's done Blaze probably the worst thing possible. I mean, Blaze still has to go an extra 10 laps. I mean,
here it is, wheel to wheel with Dragon, and Collins called it.
Dragon on speed about 2 seconds behind, but the only way Dragon realistically can get second place now is if Collins's ultras end up dying just so quickly. I think we're over 2/3 race distance now of New Horizons Race League Division 2, round 6. We're at Canada. We don't know who's going to win this race so far, but please keep in contact with us on social media. Follow us on Twitter at NHRL Official. Follow us on Facebook for our stewards inquiries at New Horizons Race League, or watch Division 1 when we head into racing again for Season 3, come probably in August, New Horizons Racing League, and Division 2 heading to France next week. But while the season 2 so far has been pretty quiet, we have a set date for Le Mans 24 Hour, the 29th of June. Please keep that in mind, guys. Everybody is welcome to take part. You don't have to be with us. Well done, mate. You don't have to be with us for the F1 leagues if you want to take part in the Project Cars events. It's open to everyone. We're hoping for it to be a fantastic race, and then we're in preparation for the World Endurance Championship again, with talks of that happening. With Le Mans having so much interest, we might be able to make a little World Endurance Championship out of it through the summer, and then Season 2 will officially end at the end of July. Still no date set yet for the Indy 500, as Slav King ends up overtaking Dragon Speed for 3rd place. Dragon seemed to be struggling for traction on the exit of that corner. He put the power down, his car just didn't move anywhere. Colin's been absolutely rapid on his tyres right now. Blazeball Gamers, he's had to pit again. Oh, I really wish I had my graphic up. Right, spectate Collins, who blazed. Blazeball Gaming setting a new fastest lap on the Ultra Softs. This may have actually ruined Collins' strategy, because I think Blaze definitely had more pace in those tyres, but there's only a lap between the tyre wear and Collins is still 3.5 seconds behind. I don't know if he's going to have that extra 5-second penalty added to him at the end of the race. I was thinking like he's gained up to him so quickly, but that's just because Blaze has chucked on a set of Ultras to cover him off, so great strategy play from the Sauber driver. This round Border Dragon on speed now is chasing down the final podium spot, trying to take it away from Slav King. You think you'll be able to hold him off?
Yeah, his tyres are definitely showing wear now. I can see it from his car.
I mean, they're super softs, but I think he's trying to overdrive his car. He's desperately trying to get that 3rd place off you, but he keeps locking up.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he's going to end up putting in.
Oh no, Collins with another 3-second penalty. It's going to be 8 seconds worth behind now, so he needs to get a 12-second gap to Blazeball Gaming. I think Blaze knew what Collins was going to be doing. He's really clever for spotting that. I'm just trying to see if Collins is actually. I'm just trying to see if Collins is actually gaining up to 1st place. It's a little bit stagnant at the moment. Unless if Blaze ends up making mistakes somewhere. But he looks pretty comfortable out in the lead at the moment. He seems to be struggling on traction coming out of the hairpin. Just riding Border Dragon on speed again, he's still chasing down Slav King.
Yeah, tomorrow for Div 1 we'll be having an award ceremony. That'll be live streamed on the Horizons Div 1 channel. Yeah, there'll be loads of awards to be given out.
Most of them jokingly awards, but with New Horizons, with the offering of cash prizes, we'll be giving out the we'll be announcing who's got what awards for those specific ones. Why is Collins in the pit again? Oh my god, Collins is going for the hypers.
Oh, he better not be.
He is. He's going for the fastest lap. I don't think he's going to end up winning the race by doing that though. I mean, he's put himself 11 seconds now at pit exit 13. 7. Yeah, he'll easily be able to go 7 laps. But I think he knows that the wind's just gone out the window. I wouldn't really say it was because of Blaze's pace today that's got him the win. It's just been a brilliant strategy spot from him to pit when he did to go for the Ultras.
Yeah, definitely.
But he definitely needs the points, and yeah, the top 4 still not decided.
I'm definitely getting away from Dragon.
Yeah, but unfortunately for you, you're not gaining on 1st place. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Tadpole. Just give him a bit of airtime. He's not done a bad race. He's currently on 13 lap old Supersofts. I think he's just driving to the end of the race. Probably 28 points for Rano today as it stands. A healthy chunk of points, but Collins, can he end up taking that away if he is able to push towards the 2nd podium step? There's still Sauber expecting to extend their championship lead.
It is quite close right now, so we're leading by 7 points.
And I need to have a look again. I've not been keeping my eye on the constructor standings for a couple of weeks, but Hang on, let me have a look. Where did you send me those standings?
In DMs.
DMs on PlayStation?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be why I've not received it. My phone is not connecting to the internet at the minute. But we're in the last 5 laps of the race now. And Collins is on a hypersoft charge. I can't call it. I mean, even with his penalties as well, I think he will only end up getting third. It's just, I wouldn't say it's, it nearly fell apart. He ends up hitting the wall at the Wall of Champions, but he could get third. Second, it's a bit of hit and miss. But what could have been?
Does it? You hit the Wall of Champions, then you're instantly a champion.
No, do you know why it's called the Wall of Champions?
Because all the champions have hit it.
Yeah, or the drivers that have gone on to be champions, because they think, oh, I know how to do this, I could go at full speed. No, can't. The mid-pace drivers, they're able to still learn it, so they go, right, that does it, or that doesn't do it. Dragon on Speed getting a 3-second time penalty now as well. And it's all the rookies, they go through the Wall of Champions like really cautiously, so you rarely see many mistakes from them, unless if they're stupid enough to go and try and take it flat out.
I swear I saw a bit of raindrops then. Might be them.
No, I can still see blue sky. We ain't expecting rain. Not unless if we get dribble at like the last lap, but no chance of we expecting rain tonight. Although I just want to head back to the award ceremony. We'll be doing the same for Division 2 towards at the end of the season, where we hand out the awards. It's going to be fun. It's going to be full of a few jokes, a little bit of banter here and there, some little funny awards for drivers, and just having a little bit of talk about the season gone by. The top 3 award, the prizes, like the cash awards, will be announced for the drivers' standings, and also for driver of the year, and constructors champions will be confirmed. Although even at the minute I still need to double check who's getting the fastest lap award for Division 1. I believe it's me, but I still need to double check it.
Yeah.
And obviously the same with Division 2. But still, with our Project Cars events coming up soon, I really hope everyone can actually show a bit of interest to that. I don't know who that yellow flag was for. Oh no, Collins with another 3-second time penalty.
Oh yeah, I see him on the map charging.
I think he's overdriving the car a bit now. I think, has he got a faster lap? No, he doesn't. It's Blazed. Blaze has got a fastest lap by over half a second to what Harley's trying to do. So unless you can find half a second, mate, you're not going to get it. I still don't think he should have 2-stopped just for the sake of the fastest lap. Ooh. He's done well though. He's done alright to gain 4 places, and now everyone else is up by 1 place on the grid, apart from Tadpoles at the minute, who's started 5th and staying 5th, but still a healthy amount of points for him.
Yeah, just a bit disappointed about it, because he said I had so much potential today, and he's just not really delivered any of it.
No, I think he's done well. He's not had any issues in terms of causing trouble. He hasn't got that many penalties, and he's just not made mistakes where other people have. But Collins now all over Dragon on Speed, heading into the final 3 laps of the race. Even though Dragon on Speed's still 7 seconds behind second place, but I don't know if Collins will be finishing in that position. He's having a look, but no, not close enough. Coming into turn,
sliding everywhere.
Coming through turn 8 now. I think he's backing off a bit. I think if he's overdriving that car that much, his tyres are going to be gone. Although he's going to catch up a bit if Dragon on Speed keeps doing things like that. Locking up into the hairpin again. Come on, Collins, get all your RS, whack into it, DRS, although you need to be a bit more spatially aware. Oh, they're side by side coming into the chicane. Only just enough space for Collins to overtake round the outside. That's about as close as I want to see it before any... If it was any harsher than that, at least Stewards would have been all over that. But so, it's been a quite dramatic race. I didn't know who was going to finish where. That pit stop by Blaze was completely out of the blue for me. I thought he would push the super soft for a lot longer, and luckily he's managed to make it work. But not. I was still surprised at the lack of contact between you guys. I thought you'd been a bit more like savage dogs coming into this race. Yellow set free. Baseline Gaming is retired! The leader's crashed!
So I'm up and down the place now. Oh, yes.
The championship leader is out of the race. Collins having jokingly called it 1 lap before the end of the race.
Oh, no, he's not. He's retired in the middle of the track. No, he hasn't.
No, he's done the Wall of Champions. Is that a sign? Yeah, is it? Yeah, that might have jinxed it a bit. We already may know who the champion is today. Well, eventually to the end of the season. But this throws Collins up in second place. I think there'll be many feelings all over his body in certain areas more than others, having seeing that Sauber in the wall. And this could potentially throw the Constructors' Championship wide open. Dragon on Speed also getting a 3-second time penalty. This could end up securing Collins for second place, but Slav King, you're on track for your second win of the season.
I'm actually happy about that, you know? I didn't actually think I was going to win it.
Yo, it's still not over yet, mate.
I am, I've got world champions.
Yeah, I would say just kind of cruise it. You don't take any risks. Just take it nice and easy through that corner, and please slow down as much as possible so Collins can overtake you at the final corner. Oh, that is probably the most unpredictable thing I could have ever asked for in this race. Slav King coming over the line to win round 6 in Canada. Well done, mate. That's,
Thank you, Connor.
I would say, did you deserve that? At least you kept on the track. I think you had very few penalties. Collins securing second place ahead of Dragon on Speed, but Tadpoles, still more than halfway around the circuit, should retain, or actually gain 4th place. And Bradley, despite the fact of him being possibly a lap down, so I don't know if he'll finish 5th or 6th, but the gap between Collins and Dragon on Speed through penalties, 32 thousandths of a second. Not even half a tenth between them. Almost a quarter of a tenth. Not a quarter of a second, a quarter of a tenth.
Not gonna lie, that was too many penalties for both of them.
Yeah, so I would say, who's your driver of the day? I mean, you kept it clean. There's huge strategy calls here and there, but Bradley will get 5th place for Ferrari despite being a lap down. I guess it would be if I think with him overtaking Blazed at where he was, he would have ended up unlapping himself.
Yeah.
So that is the race. Let's just have one last run through of the standings. Slav King gets his second win of the season for Renault. Collins getting a second place for Mercedes. Well done for him. I think his strategy kind of paid off for him today. Dragon on Speed getting 3rd place for Alfa Romeo Sauber, and Tadpole's getting 4th place for Renault. Bradley in 5th, getting some healthy amount of points for the only Ferrari racing today. Blaze by Gaiman crashing out 1 lap before the end before extending his championship lead even further, but still gets 6th place for Sauber. Then we had Broke crashing out early on for Toro, so could have been a potential podium finisher today. And then Deranged being crashed out, still retaining 8th place for Force India. Pole position points still go to Broke, and the fastest lap goes to Blazed. Right, I need to calm down. That was incredible. Right, I'll speak to you guys in a bit for the podium interviews. I was here for the podium interviews of New Horizons Racing League Division 2 Round 6 Canada. I have the top 3 here right now. We have Slav King the winner, and 2nd place Collins, 3rd place Dragon on Speed. Let's start from the bottom. Dragon, what the hell was that race?
I don't know. I was freaking lucky, but I think I make a mistake in the first round. I hit Deranged and he spun because of that. I think it was like because my front left tire hit his back right tire, and then he spun because of that, I think. So
yeah,
the safety car is my fault.
Yeah, the thing is, I did catch that. What it looked like is you made contact, you sort of sent him into a half spin, but I wouldn't say it was the reason why he crashed. I think it was just a bit... I think Deranged car just ended up snapping again, going into the wall. But I feel really sorry for the lad. He's not getting any luck in league racing at all. Yeah. But still, was that a pretty good race for you?
Yeah, I just driving like my race, so every time I'm 4th or 5th, and somebody crashed in front of me, and then I get on the podium like the other 2 races. Last race, Left King crashed in Monaco, and I got 3rd, and before Gamey Things and Black Prodigy crashed, and I got 3rd as well. So I'm just, I think, a lucky one.
Yeah, picking up the pieces where it counts, but well done for actually just, you know, keeping it on the stuff and actually not having as many penalties to drop down the order. And I think, yeah, having caught the main bulk of the points for Sauber today, which that's throwing the constructors wide open. Right, moving on to 2nd place now. Collins, what can we say about that?
Shout out to voters. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I was thinking you're going to be very excited in certain areas of your body the moment that happened.
Oh no, I was just calm. I was wanting to finish the race.
But are you aware that if you would not have pitted for your Hypersoft, you would have won that race? Silence. He's shocked about that. He don't know what to think. I think Collins has gone off to hang himself now. No, you would have done, because you would have had, your ultras would have made it to the end, and then if Blaze would have crashed out anyway, then yeah, you would have taken the lead on the last lap. Sorry to say, you didn't even get fastest lap either.
Oh no, this is proper BS.
I'm sorry about that, mate, but sometimes this stuff happens. That's the most climatic thing that could possibly have happened in a race. I don't think it's affected the Drivers' Championship much, but bloody hell, it's a really good fight for the constructors.
To be honest though, I did have a 5-second stop-go penalty to serve anyway.
Yeah, I didn't even see in the end how many penalties you had, but
9 seconds worth.
Oh yeah, it was, by the way, with the guys in 2nd and 3rd, were you aware of the gap between yourselves when you both crossed the line?
Yes.
32 thousandths of a second,
Yeah.
nearly a quarter of a tenth. Could it have got any closer?
Sorry for cutting, but I got my penalties in the last 5 laps or so. I didn't got a penalty the whole race. In the last 5 laps, I got all my penalties.
But still, I was really happy with like just the great racing from all of you. But leading on to race winner now, Slav King. Congratulations, mate. How was that?
Well, it was a very exciting race, and didn't think I was going to win this one. I even end up on the podium. Reason being is I messed up my pit strategy by starting on the hypers.
But this is what I love about racing. You don't know what's going to happen. Even we thought it was all settled. We thought it was over, but bloody hell, no! It's not over till you cross the line.
Yeah, man. To be honest, I didn't really get many battles in the race. It was mostly all at the starting point of the race, then it just all chilled out.
Yeah, we had a really chaotic first 10 laps or so, but even when everyone was sticking into the endurance stint, I still couldn't call who was going to win the race.
Yeah, well, I thought it was going to be how everyone started, wasn't it?
Yeah, seriously, I think for about 70% of that race, it was everyone. The only person that had actually gained any positions was Collins when he was leading the race for a time being, and everyone else's positions were exactly the same, apart from the Ferrari driver that had gained a place because of broken deranged crashing.
Yeah, unlucky to them too. Again, they've got great dedication to the league. Amazing dedication.
I still really appreciate everyone that turns up here, and I know we're a little bit light on the ground today, but even though there wasn't much action on track, there was so much anticipation of who the hell was going to win that race. I don't think I could have had a better seat for this, to be honest. But still, any last words from you guys?
So, we're going from a track that's part French to a track that's even more French. Sorted.
Taking a little line from our Division 1 commentator. So yeah, our next round is in Paul Ricard next week for round 7 in France. As I've said many times during the stream, we do have a set date now for a Le Mans 24-hour race, even though the race itself will only be 4 hours. But if any of you guys fancy joining us on Project Cars 2 at the end of June, you are more than welcome to take part. Anything else from anyone before we wrap it up?
I hate penalties.
You hate penalties, I think we all do, mate, but just if you stop cutting corners, you won't get as many.
Alright.
Right, sorted then. I've been your host, Connor. Thank you again, Slavkin, for joining me on comms for this week's race. Division 2 Canada has probably been one of the most exciting races from start to finish. It has been absolutely amazing. My throat's gone, I need a drink, and I need food. We'll see you guys next week in France.